What's good, y'all? You're probably wondering what's going on. It's a lot going on. Listen, it's 6 o'clock where I'm at right now, and it's dark. Ain't no natural lighting. I did prepare myself to film this much earlier, but as in true fashion, Sahara would not let her mama be great. And so I was able to make a great escape to my tub in the bathroom, which has really good lighting. And I said, no, I need to come back and do this video for y'all for this week. It's the first week in June. You heard it's summer over there in the States for most of you guys. So I definitely had to deliver. So what is good? Please excuse the mess. I was able to show up regardless, and I'm so happy to be here with y'all. This is your tarot forecast for Monday, June 2nd, all the way to Sunday, June 9th, okay? If you are new to my channel, welcome. I'm your girl, Tatiana. You can find me here every Sunday or Monday, giving you the heads up on what to expect energetically, doing a tarot energy forecast. This week, I'm utilizing the regular Rider-Waite. And whatever this deck, I never remember what this deck is called, the Psychic Tarot, okay? And there's a lot to talk about. Church announcements. As per usual, the Energetics of Opulence is still on sale, 20% off with 1 free month of Possess Your Spirit membership. A lot of you guys have been grabbing that because of the free workshop and because you've been wanting to do the inner work to shift your factory settings when it comes to money, abundance, and receiving more, and moving any limitations out of the way, and just being in the law of resonance, right? Resonating with the energy of money, wealth, and abundance. And so if you're a person that has been wanting to expand that container, that is what the Energetics of Opulence does. Again, it's on sale for 20% off, link down below. The free workshop that I had on YouTube, which was an awesome ass workshop, it is now featured in the bonus section of that mini course. You can grab it down below. But I am here to say that there will be another free workshop. I am still figuring out whether it's going to be this week or next week. I will come back and let you know with another video of some sort, giving you that announcement. And again, if you follow me on Instagram or Twitter at Tatianna Tarot, I'll be announcing it there. Or you can sign up down below for my newsletter. I'll be announcing it there. So you've got a plethora of platforms to keep up with me. All right. But let's get into this reading. Again, this reading is for June 2nd all the way to June 9th. I divide this reading between 4 elements. So you're going to want to watch your sun, moon, rising, Venus, fire, air, wind, earth, elemental signs. Or if you're really dope, you'll want to watch the whole thing because there's something for everyone in this video. Take notes, rewind, review, watch again. So let us do this actual exercise, which I led in the free workshop, where we call it the streams of grace connecting to your God spot. And so I'm just going to take a quick breath. I'm going to center myself from running around. You guys can do that too if you want. And I'm just going to feel or get a sense of where this portal to God, to source, to creator is inside of me. That's a confirmation. You already know where that is. So go ahead and trust and feel and get into that sense of expansion. I want you to connect with your higher self, your elevated self, and affirm that. And also your elevated guides, and affirm that. And then calling in what I call, and my mentor calls, streams of grace. You can envision it as a sensation of love, of source's unconditional love, actual light streams that are a beacon of God's intelligence. So these light waves and these streams, let them permeate in and through you and all around you, simultaneously cleaning and clearing amplifying you with more love, with more of whatever it is that you feel like you need. You can add that intention. Setting us up for this reading or for whatever it is you need to know for this week. And let's get started. I feel like we should get started with air signs. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Great Spirit. I used to do this as a kid. Listen, we were broke, we were poor. So I didn't have my own room or my own bed. So I would go to the tub and I would put some pillows, child, and read my books. And it would be like it was my own room. I love it. This is reminding me of that. But nice and cozy. Also, moms are trying to hide from their kids. This is a good hideout if you have a tub, child. But let's get into this air, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for June 2nd to June 9th. What is the information that air needs to know? I am aware that we have a new moon coming up. I believe that is on Thursday. I don't know what date that is. Let's see what it has to say for air signs. So there are a couple things that flew out. Let's go in order. Air, the first card you're getting is the 9 of Cups. Can we center this? 9 of Cups being centered right then and there. 9 of Cups is a beautiful card. It is a card of arriving at the finish line, so to speak, on an emotional front. Water and cups, cups pertain to water. So that rules the realm of one's sensitivity, one's sensuality, one's emotions, emotional sensibilities, the ability to dive into your subconscious. 9 being a number of completion or coming to the end of a cycle, right? 10 is really the number of completion, but 9 is coming to the end of a cycle. And so 9 is like revisiting cyclical emotional patterns, particularly in this card. We are revisiting emotional patterns or emotional maybe even blessings and things. So what I'm trying to say is with the 9 of Cups, you may be air signs receiving some great favorable news. You may be receiving some closure on the emotional front regarding something that was bothersome or something you've been working hard towards a long time. You could have kindred connections with new people that feel like home. That feel really bonded. You feel really bonded or like a soul tie to. This is giving me the work is done. There is something here with the new moon approaching, or maybe the month of June, where a chapter is coming to a close. And it's not entirely on to the next chapter. We're not entirely on to the next chapter, but we are on the last page. And what it metaphorically means to be on the last page is to pause before we move on to a new story. We pause and we reflect what happened in this whole chapter. What were the blessings? What were the lessons? What do I need to integrate? What do I need to carry on with me that's going to make me stronger, more resourceful, more sharper, so to speak, for the next chapter? So I am a better and new identity, right? So that is actually a good way of saying that there's a new identity that is emerging, that is supplemented with positive emotions that are either coming from a long journey, a long cycle, a long battle, a long trial and tribulation that you have gone through. There's a good positive news coming from this, or there's good reflection, like you feel good about yourself, you feel confident, you feel powerful, you feel empowered, you feel uplifted. So even if you have gone through hell and back, there is almost like a beam of sunlight that is shining on you, almost like your ancestors, your spirits, your own Ori, your own higher self is like, listen, all of this, I wouldn't be who I am and I wouldn't have what I have if I didn't go through all of that. Or this new aspect of me wouldn't have emerged without that background story. Or now as a result of going through X, Y, and Z, I feel much more in tune with my inner genius. I feel like this gift has emerged from me, and I'm able to tap into things that make me feel emotionally wealthy. The 9 of Cups is about emotional wealth. It's about self-satisfaction, self-adoration, self-appreciation, and indulgence in some way. Like could be a good time for you again to socialize, or maybe rekindle relationships or deepen relationships you have, whether it's platonic or romantic. Really verbalize from an emotional level your needs, your desires, really plunging into what do I want, what brings me deep pleasure, what am I proud of? What is my story? What is my identity? Who am I now? And how can I relish in that and embellish that? So there is an aspect of it where it can be very social. You could be going out. You could be drinking, smoking, dancing. I mean, summer is here for a lot of you guys. If not, there could be celebratory news that makes you feel this way, or has you planning for this on the horizon. You could get unexpected news from a partner, a spouse, a family member that just brings joy. You could have unexpected money coming your way. You could meet an unexpected person and have it turn into a love relationship. You could get, if you've been wanting to apply for that job, you can hear about it now. Or you get good news with something or someone, or someone's health improves, or something that has gotten you emotionally down before, all of a sudden you see improvement in that. So this is a really, really amazing card. It would be a good time for you, again, you guys, to dive into all things sensuality. You don't want to be overtly indulgent in things that drain your energy. So I mean, go out, go have fun, go be ratchet, but not too much to the point where it's like, oh my God, you can't sleep, or you got a massive hangover for 7 days, something of the sort. Okay. Also, what I am hearing is, don't let anybody take your sweetness for granted. This is a card that actually encourages you to win more people with honey than with vinegar, but also be mindful of how you're using that sweetness and that honey as a leverage, and making sure you're using it with the right people that can reciprocate and appreciate that. You don't just want to spoil everyone with honey and people are just like, well, this person has an endless supply, so I'm just going to keep on taking, right? I'm just going to keep on keeping on. So there's that. So the interesting thing is that the 10 of Wands also, let's see if we can censor this real quick. 10 of Wands is also coming out for you air signs, and this is a card of hardship. This is a card of struggle. This is a card of effort, but this is a card of aimless ambition, aimless work. What I am saying is, this is kind of reminding us, work smarter, not harder. There's an easier way to carry these sticks. There's an easier way to get to this destination. Does this person even see where they're going? Can they hire a person to help them? Can they carry the sticks, tie the sticks up together and just carry them like this rather than in front of their face that's blocking their view? There's so many ways to go about this, and it seems to be the most tedious, the most difficult, and the most aimless way, because he doesn't even know what direction he is going in, right? So let's just look at that sort of symbolic image that we are seeing right here with the 10 of Wands. Here with the 9 of Cups, what is interesting is, again, to piggyback on what I had said before, this is, you're nearing the end of some sort of trial and difficult chapter. Again, it could be an emotional chapter. It could be a chapter where you've just been trying left and right, up front and center, back and forth, and nothing was budging. This could be a breakthrough week where you either shift something inside of yourself that gives you a new approach and perspective on how to handle what is going on in the 10 of Wands in your life, or that you get some sort of a solution, an offer, a help, some sort of breakthrough with the 10 of Wands in general. This is not going to sustain itself. I really do feel like it is an emotional upgrade. whatever's in store with the new moon in Gemini for you air signs, of course, air signs, so Gemini is an air sign. It is actually really good for you. It is, well, we're in the, is it 6-6 that is going to happen? 6-6 could be a portal for advancement. It could be a portal of up-leveling the emotional body, right? And so really taking care of the emotional self, again, doing all those free flow of consciousness classes that I love to share with you guys. Any of the activities in the Possess Your Spirit membership, the energetics of opulence, the art of sensuality, all of that, taking spiritual baths, just cleansing your home, dancing it out, being physical, getting the emotions out of the physical body. Getting a massage. This is all good for you at this time because I think it's all coming out anyway. And you may have revelations in ways of which you have been in your own way, in which you have been the main cause of resistance. It could be something in your life where you're like thinking, oh, my life is not working for me, when in reality it's you that wasn't working for you. You were making things very difficult with your stubbornness and your approach and your linear tactics. This is talking about almost like very linear 2D, 3D approach, while your soul is trying to get you to see, act, and move, and be, and believe things from a 4D, 5D, 6, 7D perspective is what I'm getting. They're going to force you to elevate. And luckily, this is an easeful week for you to see in ways in which you have not been elevated. You will have a sunnier disposition internally for you to be more easeful, more gracious on yourself. Maybe you're practicing more streams of grace, what we did in the beginning of this video. That can be very helpful. Maybe you're doing subtle energy techniques. Some of you guys could be applying for herbalism or Reiki and stuff. All of that helps. But there is a moment this week will be aha, like shit, like enough is enough. I can't be doing it this ghetto ass way before. Maybe my parents did it that way. Maybe my exes did it that way. Maybe my sister, my brother, my cousins, whatever. My friends did that way. But I actually have a new and better and upgraded way of doing things that is more easy for me, that is more joyful and pleasurable for me. And I'm going to go in that direction. So what is interesting, again, going on the trajectory of the cards that have fallen down for you. Again, I didn't choose these cards. These flew out for you. So the third card is the Eight of Pentacles. This is of studiousness, of self-application, of discipline, of intentionality in the act of maybe working, maybe studying, maybe practicing, maybe bettering yourself. I do feel like some of you guys may be up-leveling in your career. This could be a massive career change. This could be a massive change in the way you approach certain hobbies, the way you approach parenting, the way you approach your love life. There is something specifically here, a topic, a focus, and because it's the Eight of Pentacles, Pentacles generally deal with something in the material realm. Could be the way that you get money, the way that you relate to money. Again, energies of opulence that can help you at this time. Or something that you're studying in school, something that you're very diligent and practical about, that you're very serious and wanting to see results. There is some breakthroughs on easier way of doing things, on some amazing news on what you have been working on, some self-pride, some self-adoration, some confidence that maybe you didn't know you had. Or you're feeling like maybe now is the time to enroll in something that is going to give you that boost, that is going to give you that motivation. I do see here with the last card, Knight of Pentacles. Let me zoom that in for you. Knight of Pentacles, slow and steady, but we're in the beginning of a journey. We are starting something anew. So it is a very studious week for you guys. It is a very deep week for self-introspection, and it is going to come out the realm of emotions. So anything you can do to indulge in self-care, writing, journaling, meditating, praying, and waiting for those answers and acting on those, making concrete decisions in clarity, that is going to be your go-to this week. You're not being asked to do the most. You're actually being asked to do the least. So in what ways are you experiencing a lot of turbulence, a lot of resistance? In what ways can you surrender into the flow of what is? In what ways can you make things easier for yourself? In what ways can you pray for a life hack, or some sort of a perspective shift that is going to make the current circumstances of what you're dealing with much easier, or help me to see things in a different way, help me to see things from an elevated way, help me to see things from the perspective of the self, myself in the universe in which I already have all that I want, right? I want to see things from that version of Tatiana. How can I see things from that version of yourself that has what you're looking for already? How do you step into that? A lot of this is quantum jumping. A lot of this is timeline jumping. I do teach that in my classes and in my Possess Your Spirit membership. We do that also in the Energetics of Opulence. But if you want to go ahead and journal that, that would be a really great reference point to start. You're getting the Deception and Envy card. It is a lot of mental strain. This isn't a time to focus on other people. This is a time to focus on yourself and your well-being, your own emotional well-being. I don't even get that this is like negativity bestowed upon you. It could just be your own conflicting, dualistic perspective of what you want versus what you're experiencing, which is the antithesis of what you want, and being kind of split into two is not getting you anywhere. It's making things harder, right? So this deception and this envy is like the false self that is running the program. And I really do feel like with the 9 of Cups, you're going to have some sort of epiphany brought by, I don't know, some sort of an emotional awakening, an awareness. Just maybe one day you wake up and it's like, oh, you had this dream, or you just feel different, or you are doing the inner work, and so the clarity just comes in. But something is going to come in to shift that you won't be approaching things from such a rigid, stubborn, resistful way. It's going to be much more easeful, tranquil, and you will see fast results. So that's in for you this week, air sign. Earth, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Earth for this week. What is the energy for Earth signs? What do Earth signs need to know, Great Spirit? Okay, what's coming up? You got any cards popping up? No. So let's see. Aha. What is done is done. What is done is done. This is also a very cyclical week for you. Could be coming in with the new moon in Gemini. I really do feel like the new moon in Gemini for a lot of people is going to come in with a lot of information, a lot of epiphanies, a lot of aha moments, a lot of puzzles that are being brought together, answering questions that you've had for quite some time. So what you have, Earth signs, is the Justice card. And when we get justice, it talks about karma. It talks about energy that has been put out there, energy that we have been dealing with. That could be some sort of a pattern, a contract, a soul contract we have signed up for to learn, to experience in our lives or with other people. Okay, and it's like, what is this teaching me? Justice is saying you may get the answer to that question. You either are coming up to the end of a contract with a person, place, or thing, or a lesson you have been learning that has been reoccurring over and over again. Or you may finally get the answers to some contracts and patterns that you've experienced in the past, or like, why didn't it work out with this person? Why did I take this route instead of that route? What's going on with these money patterns? What's going on that my family keeps on experiencing that? I really do feel like justice is almost saying, let things go. And letting things go doesn't mean like, oh my God, things are going to stay the way they are forever. Sometimes there is reconciliation, there is closure, there is peace. You can move on, or you can reapproach the same situation from a different angle. Sometimes you cannot. So in this particular dynamic, Justice is saying the chapter is closed in whatever paradigm you've been living in. But in order for you to know what the outcome is, you must be willing to let it go, which means you must be willing to accept that it has happened, that the patterns have happened, There is going to be information, spiritual, emotional, mental, logical information that fills in the blanks to the things that you have been experiencing, that you've been like, what the fuck? Why? I don't understand. What's going on? Is this even necessary? Who is this person? What is this thing? Why do I keep experiencing these roadblocks or this situation? I don't know. See, here with the with the Four of Swords, let's try and get this zoomed in. With the Four of Swords, this is a card of the mental realm. It is a card of analyzation. It is a card of rest. It is a card of observation. Okay, so you don't want to be overtly in your critical bag, in your hyper analysis bag. You want to just kind of step back, reflect, view things as a movie, assess things as a movie, and just let the downloads come to you. This is a good time for you, earth signs, to pray, to rest, to write, to speak things into existence, or to write your desires. Maybe we will do this in the new free workshop that is coming up. But to be able to really deeply tap into your free spirit, to hear what this spirit has to say, to hear the origins of your soul, what it has to say regarding these patterns, regarding these, and they're not like the karmic patterns are not always bad. Soul contracts are not always bad, but we need to know why we signed up, what we signed up to learn, so that it doesn't always keep on happening from one person to the next, one situation to the next, one city to the next, what have you, right? And I think this is a time to receive all of that clarity, to receive deep peace, to be able to move on, or to at least have the piece of the puzzle that tells you how to move on. I think with the Ace of Wands, which is the last card, you're going to be able to have that break, that rest, but you're also going to be able to say like, hey, actually, I know what to do here, or I know what to do with this person, or I know how to free myself from this situation, or I know how to break this cycle, or how to change the soul contract, or what have you. Like, I know what to do as a result of pausing and checking in. Okay? And I really do feel we're getting the waiting game in reverse. Solar plexus. A lot of this has to do, this whole theme has to do with self-liberation and what you choose for yourself. Are you going to be stuck in this hamster wheel, or are you going to use that solar plexus of that willpower to free yourself from this soul contract, to free yourself from the karmic pattern, or to change the pattern into something much more favorable for you or for whomever is involved? Like I said, it doesn't mean, you know, this is all contingent on what you guys are experiencing, but it doesn't mean that if you're in a karmic pattern with somebody that is one and done, you will never see that person again, yaka yaka, traka traka tra. It could mean that, you know, this is a big, valuable karmic lesson for both of you guys signed up on a soul level. And something has to shift now to learn the lesson, integrate the lesson. Boom, you got it. Let's move on to the next. In whatever aspect of your life. I really do feel like this is going to call on spiritual strength. So prayer, connection to your guides, connection to your own spirit, trying to you may be getting a head cleansing and taking a white spiritual bath and listening to binaural beats that are like peaceful, really being in a flow of consciousness type writing where everything just streams out and you boom, you're in the flow. That is going to help you purge, vomit out whatever information that needs to come out that's been in there, that's been suppressed, that's been maybe frustrated, that you needed to rest and let release. That's going to come out this week. You will have the answers. You will have the energy and the gusto and the confidence to be able to do what you need to do. You're getting the hope card. So it's almost like if you've been going through this situation for a while, it's at an end now. Solutions are here. Change is here. Peace is here for you, earth signs. We're doing water. Water, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. We're coming out with the King of Swords right off the bat. Okay. So your energy forecast for this week, we're going to start off with the King of Swords. It is the new moon in Gemini. Don't ask me when. I know you're going to put it down below, y'all. But the new moon in Gemini is starting this week. And that is a very analytical, very informational based type of cosmic energy that is hitting the air. Okay, so for you water signs, King of Swords is almost giving a very no-nonsense approach. It's giving very firm boundaries. It's giving professionalism. It's giving everything has its schedule. Everything has its structure. I really love this for you because as rigid and as uptight the King of Swords can tend to be or is known to be, they get shit done. And so this is a time coupled with the new moon in Gemini that you're going to be getting information, valuable information, whether that be in the realm of your love life, whether it be in the realm of finances, in your career, in family and friends, where it's going to offer structure. It's going to offer visionary guidance. Because this is hitting a sector in your life where it's not just the bare minimum, it's I want the whole savannah, the whole playing field, not just this home. I want it all. So what do I need to do? What containers do I need to have energetically in my life to support me in achieving that? What do I need to do financially? What do I need to do mentally? What I need to do physically? What do I need to do with friends? I do feel like this is a big up level, which is something I talk about all the time. And I really do feel like your life is shifting and restructuring to expand, to receive more, to be more, and to welcome in more of this new wave that your life is going on. For, you know, King of Swords could mean, you know, again, a lot of boundaries. A lot of boundaries, not necessarily on other people, just yourself. And it could be like, you know, this new chapter of you means you're working out more, or you're budgeting more, or you want to attract newer, more dynamic friendships that bring value. You want to read more. You want to educate yourself more. Maybe you want to up level your wardrobe. Maybe you want to travel more. Maybe you want to cook more, right? And so with the King of Swords is going to come in, take those desires and that information that the new moon in Gemini is giving you. And the King of Swords is going to say, okay, you want these things. And maybe in 5 to 10 years, you'll have this property, you'll have this marriage, you'll have these babies, you have this house, you have these kids, you have this, da, 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 da. But right now, this is what you need to do with your bank account. And this is what you need to do with your workouts at home. And this is what you need to do with the ingredients you've got in your kitchen. And this is what you need to do with your mindset and your maybe your diet. Maybe you need to drink less coffee, more water, whatever. The King of Swords is going to be the disciplinarian. Is going to be this Saturnal-like energy that is not necessarily restricting you, but it's adding discipline. It's adding rules, regulations, and structures so you can experience the freedom, the liberation, and the desires and the pleasures that you want long term. I hope this makes sense. It's going to be a lot of heady information. It's going to be a lot of planning and executing, and perhaps even verbal intellectual information. You may be exchanging news, ideas, approaches with other people that are trying to do the same in their lives, contingent on the topic that you're interested in, right? Maybe you're like new to dating. You're like, I actually don't know how to do this online dating thing. And then you and your friend is doing it. And your friend's like, well, I read this amazing book that teaches me. Or maybe you're trying to invest and you don't know how to invest. And you sign up for like a course and you're getting all this amazing heady information on how to invest in the best stocks and yaka yaka yaka. So the King of Swords is going to come in and it's going to structure your life, water signs, and it's going to change it upside down, but it's in the name of expansion, it's in the name of growth, it's in the name of bettering you and being the best version of yourself. And a lot of this may require that you put your foot down. A lot of this may require that you, in many ways, stand up for yourself and say, enough is enough. I don't want this anymore. I don't want to participate in this anymore. I don't want to be this person anymore. I don't want you to do this anymore. Funny enough, we've got the Hermit card that just flew out. And the Hermit is what? The King of Introspection, the King of Mysticism. So this is a time where you are feeding yourself. You are nourishing yourself. You are supporting your own emotional and spiritual growth. There's a lot of spiritual growth that is happening, and what can support that is really leaning on your spiritual bag and whatever nourishes you, whatever is your particular denomination of faith. So whether that is, you know, I want to study herbalism, I want to get into energy healing, I am into African traditional religions or diasporic traditions, I want to practice paganism, I want to practice more meditation, so on and so forth. There is something that you're deepening your knowledge in, maybe doing more research, maybe signing up for a course, going to school, maybe even, and I really feel like a lot of this is on an intellectual, academic level. So you could be reading some heady books on these topics. You could be actually wanting to go to school again, or enrolling in a course or a program that gives you all the milk and potatoes on what it is that you want to study. Or you could, you know, there is something about your spiritual life that it is going to be immersed in this structure, in this disciplinary wave that you're riding on, right? Could be like, let me consult with my spirits how to go about this fitness routine. Let me consult with my spirits how to go about with my finances. Let me consult with my ancestors about this relationship, you know, so on and so forth. There is something where both realms are being married, meaning the logical and the spiritual, the logical and the, I don't want to say illogical, but the logical and the emotional, logical and spiritual, right? They're marrying, they're teaming up, and they're teaming to accelerate your life. And for a lot of you guys that have been in the closet spiritually, not sharing your gifts, not sharing your talents, it's either time to revisit something that you have left behind. Maybe you are readers, maybe you are healers, maybe you want to take that level 2. You never took that level 2. Now is the time to really go that extra mile and do it, or to promote yourself, or do the back work in preparing yourself for that promotion, for that delivery, for that launch, for that execution. Knight of Pentacles, slow and steady wins the race. Slow and steady. So I do see a lot of potential career changes, or potential emerging from the cocoon type of reality for you water signs, where it's like, hey, I had this trick in the bag for a long time. A lot of y'all didn't know, or maybe I did reveal this trick and then I hid it for a while, and now it's time to reveal the trick again. But now everything is structured, everything is professional, everything has a plan, everything is clear. I'm not just like running this aimlessly, you know. And it, again, could be buying a home, could be any type of things. But I do feel that, especially if you guys, the discontent and boredom card came out. So if you guys have been like aimless, like, I don't know, a little bit too much water, this is a time to really tune up your businesses, tune up starting a business, tune up your fitness, tune up your love life, tune up your family, tune up your ancestral veneration, tune up your career. Like, and I think it's going to be, you're going to be getting a lot of signs and hints from the spirit realm, from your spiritual practice, and from a very logical business professional like approach. Okay, you could be getting mentors, you could be getting a mentor or advisor that also has spiritual sensibilities, so they're guiding you on both realms. You could become that for somebody. You could be doing the inner work, right, the logical work, getting a planner, structuring your Google Calendar, writing out, this is what I'm going to do this month, this is what I'm going to do next month, and also consulting your cards, consulting your spirits, doing opening up your Bovada, whatever. These are examples and ways that these realms can marry together. Checking out your astrology chart, checking out your human design, going in the flow of that. Okay, slow and steady. None of this has to be rushed, water signs, but there is a lot of changes in the air, and it's a lot of mental, heady. Go ahead and put some glasses. Doogie Howser, like, do it up. Just be like, I'm in my smart bag. I know it's a hot girl summer, but it could be a hot girl smart summer. You don't gotta be a dumb hot girl, please don't. Slow and steady. The change is changing, it's happening, but like, let this time inspire you, let this time invigorate you, let this time give you the information you need. I would absolutely promote you carrying a moleskin journal. It doesn't have to be a moleskin because I know them shits be expensive as hell, but a journal or your notes where you get pinches of, oh, there's Sassy, where you get pinches of inspiration. Child, my notes are a mess because I'll be like, oh, I need to write, I need to make this into a class, or I need to teach this. Okay, put it in your notes or write it in a journal. Everything goes into that little handy dandy journal. All right, y'all. Okay, last but not least, fire signs. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, fire signs. Okay, so see, I didn't have to pull the goddamn thing this week. Almost. I think I had to pull it from one sign, elemental sign. Fire signs. You guys have the Chariot jumping out of the deck, of course, because it's fire. The Chariot is let's go energy. It is hold no prisoners. I'm not waiting for nobody. The time is now. It actually speaks deeply on alignment. Chariot is a healthy solar chakra. It is a healthy yellow chakra. It's a healthy stomach, solar plexus, which gives us the will, the motivation, the confidence to accomplish our desires, to accomplish our goals, and to go after things that maybe we were hesitant or we felt small to go after. This is the week where portals can open for you, doors can open for you. Maybe you get a gust of extra energy on top of the fire energy that you have, and it's like, go, 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 go. I can do it, I can do it. I'm planning it. Let's go. Rakatata, rakatata. Okay, you, let's see what else is coming with this. The Chariot, I feel like things are falling into place, or you can see a broader vision of what is to come in the future based on what is happening now. This is a breakthrough card. I like to call this the road opening card. So all my hoodoo sans, all my hoodoos, if you do hoodoo, if you practice any sort of spell work, regardless of it being hoodoo, then you know what a road opener is. And so this is very much a road opening card. But now we're getting the Five of Swords. And so I want to say, if you are in your power, if you are in your bag, if you are in your alignment, if you are shining your light, then of course that's going to get people's attention. And of course that's going to ruffle some feathers, right? I'm not really sensing issues so much, but it is bringing attention. Okay, it's bringing a lot of attention because now we're also the Nine of Swords. So, but we've got that Chariot card, which is great. So what this is telling me is, have y'all been through the ghetto? Have y'all been going through it? Because this Chariot card is almost like a boom, like a whole 180 has changed. Like there were roadblocks. And all of a sudden, it's like the scene in, was it in the Prince of Egypt? It was the scene in the Prince of Egypt when Moses put his staff down and then the Red Sea opened up. I think it was the Red Sea, and it created a way for the Jews, right? And so that is like the image I'm getting through. Like almost you thought it was an impossibility to go through, and shit is now coming out of the woodworks. And I really do think this is an auspicious new moon in Gemini, and it's hitting you in this way where it seems for a lot of you fire signs, you could be overworked mentally, a lot on your plate, a lot of stress maybe, or just mental overload, a lot of analytical thoughts. And this Chariot is this gust of wind that comes out of nowhere that just brings clarity through those thoughts, that brings purpose, that brings a long-term vision, that removes obstacles, that brings things in your path, that accelerates you, that puts you ahead of the race. Okay? You're also getting material and spiritual prosperity. I really do feel, why does this keep falling down? Like, chill out. I really do feel like, and this gusher here, things are coming for you. Things are coming for you. Things are coming for you. Maybe people have doubted you. I don't even think that this is necessarily evil eye. Could just be like, maybe people have doubted you. Maybe people don't get your vision or the way you're doing things and why you're doing things. Maybe you for once have doubted yourself, or you're just like, this is kind of a lot. I've got a lot on my plate. But the work is working. It is happening. It is happening soon. I really do feel like maybe the new moon in Gemini could be bringing some news, or could have something amazing happening in your life. Just the energy of it, bringing in that Chariot. I want to pull out one more card for clarity. And that is the Four of Cups. There's a lot of you fire signs that have, I don't know what's going on. Like, you want to make sure that you're not the person that's in the way, because things are about to shift 180 for you. But I feel like a lot of the resources and the things that can accelerate your life are in front of your face now with the Four of Cups. And it's like you're not seeing it. You're being offered these blessings or these treats or maybe even these shortcuts. And you're like really deep in your brain. You're really deep into trying to problem solve something that God is trying to solve for you. So maybe that is the homework of this week, is kind of let go and let God. Give it a source. Let God do the heavy lifting. God is my sugar daddy. You know, I love to say that because I really need to put that on the mantra, because child, is ghetto to do everything by yourself. So really adapt that mindset where if there's something that you can't immediately solve or figure out, just hand it over with clarity to source and see what comes in your path. But also expect that something is going to come on your path. Don't be neurotic about it. Like, oh my God, where it is. But be like, okay, I put that beacon, that signal out there. I'm going to be attentive in my day-to-day activities and thoughts and feelings and emotions that are going to inform me of something that could be beneficial and benevolent for me to follow, that's going to answer what I put out there, right? So expect to receive the answer, be looking for the answer, but also don't be obsessed and neurotic about it, right? Okay, y'all, love y'all real deep. This was a good reading this week. As you already know, Energetics of Opulence is on sale, 20% off with a free month of Possess Your Spirit membership. Please go ahead and grab that below. I will come back with the announcements of when this new free workshop is going to be. It will be another flow of consciousness that just got so many amazing reviews and it impacted you guys in such a great way that I want to host another one. Probably with a timeline jump. We'll see. All right, I will come back with those details on that real soon. Watch this whole video, relish in it, and I love you deep as always. Ciao.